Hello everybody, Flik here and welcome to my channel update for May 2018. I hope you're all doing well, as I always say. And we're going to open today with patron shoutouts, as I always do. But first, I forgot to solicit a bit early for people to send their pet pictures to include while I read out lots and lots of names. So I'm just going to put out like a general call here. If you want to see your pet in one of these channel updates, just send me a picture on Twitter. If it's a pet you've already shown me before, you can send another picture, just don't send the same one. Doesn't need to be dogs, can be cats, birds, lizards, horses, whatever. Just, it's something fun to show off. I like showing off pets. Pets are lovable. Speaking of mine, Sora's somewhere behind me, but she's too big for me to like get up on my knee easily now. So you might see her kind of like run past over there. But we'll talk about what's happening with YouTube and Twitch. But first, many names. So enjoy these many, mostly doggo pictures. So thank you, sincerely, to the following people who supported my channel last month on Patreon. Get ready for a lot of names. Also, I'm going to close my window first, because there's a lot of noise outside and it's distracting me, even if you can't hear it. Thank you, Sean Fortune, Lord Psychon, Zappawork, Stormbolter83, Azoi Origin, Flying Racer, Jeannie McElroy, Taya Blake, Stormbolter83, Azoi Origin, Flying Racer, Jeannie McElroy, Taya Blake, Stephen C. or Sue, Maggie Goodwin, Ryan Winthrop, Link of Toons, Emma B, Andrew Northrop, G Mama B, Robbie Campbell, Rash, Brad84CNC, Stefan Sergetson, Steve Charchan, Michael Comer, Solus Corvus, Cuppy, Rydog1391, Platypus Custard, Robert Green, Brian Jesus, Stephen Whitaker, Charlie Abrams, Chemically Rad, Gergali Andras Bella, Jim Freer, Rebecca Trexler, Connor Ogilvie, I can only apologise for my pronunciation, Jason Vidal, Smash Tuba 28, Tyler Ducray, Julia Wasberg, Luke Rodan, Erox, Yannick Mias, Hugh Half 12, Tim Lothar, Ian Dickinson, Going to La La Land, A Valiant Effort, Eric Reynolds, Kevin Mazer, Dan PD, Duke X, Kyle Dugan, Julia Cheng, Dudak, Hawks13, Brian Halligan, Jared Tabor, Thaxton, Kevin Towers, Drizzen, David Brown, Shotzi322, Megan Perry, Ayamida, Amarpo Kyrie, Charles Baker, Richard Davison, Luista, Seb, Lauren the Nephilim, Michelle Lamers, Peter, Colin Lynch, Michael Bigler, Terrell Smith, OK Tone D, Blake Quinn, we're almost there, Reaper, Rachel Weber, Trent Lunsford, Yifan Mai, James Woody Packard III, Derek Williams, Rivery Geralt, Iguxi, Andy Arminio, that one guy with the face, Garrett Taylor, Britt M. Kelly, Iguyon, and the newbie, and also a quick drink. Hay fever is destroying my life at the moment. It's the worst it's ever been for me, and I know I say that every year, but it gets worse every year. So I am feeling very choked up. My eyes are killing me right now. You can probably tell. It might look like I've had very little sleep. I've actually had a fine sleep. It's just I feel like shit when I wake up, thanks to itchy eyes, blocked nose, etc, etc. Not here to whinge about that. That's what Isaac episodes are for the most part. Speaking of which, there are still a lot more Isaac episodes coming. Along with that, we have a new roguelike on the channel, Wizard of Legend, which I'm planning on recording a Let's Look At of today, I think. I don't think it's got long-term staying power. In the short term, it's good. I do have some pretty serious complaints about certain mechanics. They're not as serious now that I know the game was made by two people. I didn't realise that until I saw the end credits. It's a very impressive game for being a two-person team plus some contracting work on the side. It's very fun. If you haven't checked it out and are into your roguelikes, I would say give it a try. I think it's fairly priced. I don't think it was overpriced. I did buy it. So if you're looking for more roguelikes other than just Isaac, that's going to cover you for now. There's still no word on the Gungeon update, so, just waiting to hear. And looking ahead, we're still waiting for Chasm at some point this summer. We're still waiting for Death's Gambit, which is another roguelike that's out in... Pardon me, I think that one's out in August. And then there's two other roguelikes that people pointed me to that I'm keeping my eye on. In fact, if I go to Steam, I can... I think one is called Moonlighter, and the other one is called... if my wishlist loads, because I use the wishlist to just kind of keep track of stuff. The other one is called... Well, someone told me to look at Juicy Realm, but I'm not so sure on that one. A Robot Named Fight, which is it's a roguelike Metroid game. I wasn't super into the Metroid likes when I was younger, but it's as legally close to Metroid as you could get without Nintendo suing. So I'm possibly going to give that one a look. As far as other stuff for YouTube, we're going to have Let's Look At's. Quite a few of them, actually. I have a few planned to record after this. Still doing Fortnite, even though nobody's watching it, and when I say nobody, I obviously mean relative. I don't mean literally no one is watching it, but I know it's not particularly popular. I still like playing it though, despite, again, having serious complaints about the game. I don't want every one of these channel updates to turn into woes me, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but if things are going downhill anyway, I might as well just enjoy the ride, is the kind of thinking I'm going with right now. So if I feel like recording a bunch of Fortnite and uploading that, I'm going to do it. Long term, if things are coming to an end, I'll obviously give you some kind of time frame. I don't plan to like delete everything. It'll be there forever. Well, for as long as YouTube is a thing. I mean, things did pick up a little bit once I think exam season ended and summer holidays started. Nothing on the channel was doing particularly amazing. Wizard of Legend does okay, but nothing in particular is... I don't think I found the next big thing, let's put it that way. Might do after these indie games in the summer. We'll see. Or the Gungeon update once / when it happens. Twitch side is just kind of... I'm again, just kind of playing whatever I feel like, working around the variable internet that started playing up again recently. On that note though, I have left BT and being switched over to Sky on June 5th, which to some people might sound like you're just, you're leaving one pile of crap to go into another one. Very possible. It's the same lines. The only thing that's going to change is the technology inside the exchanges, which could feasibly be better, could feasibly be worse, although I imagine it would have to be, like, it's astronomical chances for Sky to be worse than BT have been to me. So I am switching from them. I don't think it's going to make a massive difference to the stream side, sadly, but I just don't want to give BT any more of my money, basically, because they're a shoddy company. I hope they go out of business. I've caught them lying and trying to con people multiple times. They're a shambles. I'm sure Sky are also bad in different ways, but there's no other option available to me in this area, sadly. But we'll give it a go and see what happens. I've been playing a lot of like text adventure games. We did one called The Dark Side Detective on stream, which I have uploaded into just like the miscellaneous VOD playlist. And it was really fun. It has a really good sense of humour. It's very similar to my sense of humour to a degree that it's scary, quite frankly. But that kind of got me into trying out other text games like that. I don't know if there's any as funny as The Dark Side Detective, because it was a genuinely entertaining experience to play through that. But I am looking at getting A Night in the Woods in the Steam Summer Sale to try that. Again, I don't think that's comedy based, but it might be just a nice, pardon me, a point and click kind of adventure we can get into. And again, point and click adventure games don't look particularly bad, despite the bitrate I have to work with, because there's not a lot going on the screen at any one time. We're also going to be starting a Civ 6 co-op campaign on stream. I might VOD that over to YouTube. I haven't been putting over any of the VODs of me just doing like the various win conditions that I've been doing on stream for the past couple months. The only one I haven't done yet is a domination one, which is wipe out everybody, because that's not the way I play those games. But if I team up with Valinar, I can basically just like bankroll his army and let him do it, is the plan. That's assuming Civ 6 lets you do those kind of cooperative games, because I don't want to do adversarial Civ 6, that doesn't appeal to me at all. So that is a plan of what's happening. We are still going back to XCOM 2 once the summer starts. I'll decide fully when that's going to happen after E3. Speaking of which, my birthday usually falls like before, during, or after E3 this year. It is right smack dab in the middle of it, annoyingly. I might still do an extra long stream on the actual day. I'll talk about it more on Twitter and on streams once I'm fully decided. I am also aware that right now there is a, what is it called? I think it's just called the anniversary update, but it's called that for the second year in a row for Overwatch, so I think I will give Overwatch one last chance on a birthday stream. And I'll do this event. I think it's running till past my birthday. I'll double check. And we'll try it. I'll see if it reignites any interest in the game for me or not. I'll give it an honest try. That's all I can promise. If it doesn't, that's fine. It can go back in the closet where it belongs. So other than that, I think I don't have any other specific plans. Monster Hunter is mostly just relegated to Saturdays, because again, it's no longer the in thing. So only the dedicated are watching it now. And I don't mean dedicated to me. I mean dedicated to the game. Other things on YouTube, I honestly am not sure. I can't think of anything else I haven't covered already. Fortnite, Wizard of Legend, Isaac, Let's Look At. Still can't really do any more 40k games while Sora's very young. I'm worried about her like just trying to jump on my table for 40k and like ruining the models. I also haven't had much time to paint. I've got a model there sitting that has been base coated for like 2 months, and have started applying other coats now, but it's slow going. I haven't had time. Or really, no, now I do have more time. It's like Sora's a bit more like less needy, but still attention seeking. I don't know if that makes sense. Like right now, I don't know if you heard her just now, but she was whining from over there somewhere. She hears me talking, but knows it's not to her, and I think she gets a little needy. Again, is the word. So I think that about covers everything I wanted to cover. I don't know if I had anything else specific to talk about. Twitch usually does let streamers on Twitch re-stream the big conferences from E3, so you can kind of talk over it and see the reveals of new games with your viewers. If they do still have that and they have it set out, like explaining it like you're 5, so I know how to do it very simply, I might do that, because usually I post quote-unquote witty things about the E3 conferences on Twitter as I watch them. It also depends when the conferences fall. I do have a timetable of them, and I think only 2 of them fall within times where I would be streaming normally. That may be fun as a nice little change of pace, so we'll see. Let's see, I think that about covers everything else. I can't think of anything else, so we've got through things super quick. Did the shoutouts, covered everything. Other than just a general thank you again for sticking around, for the support you show. Oh, that does remind me of one thing I want to cover. But the support you show with either Twitch Prime, a normal subscription, or anything else on the Twitch side, or just watching on the YouTube side. But on that note, YouTube has kind of like a ripped off subs kind of thing that Twitch has called sponsors. And I am going to activate it, but if you're already like a Twitch sub, don't worry about it. This is for people who don't watch the Twitch side at all. And most of the benefits they give you are if you live stream on YouTube, which I can't do. But you will see an option soon. I'm waiting on some, like very similarly to on Twitch. The longer you've been a sponsor on YouTube, your icon upgrades. So I'm waiting on Zeppo doing a bunch of like the key games and game types I'm known for doing icons. So you can kind of have different icons the longer you stay as a sponsor on YouTube. No ETA on when that's going to be activated. It might be by the time you hear this. I'm not pushing Zeppo. It's going to take as long as he takes to do them, basically. But that is something that will come on. That will be an extra way to show support if you don't care about the Twitch side or can't watch the Twitch side and do want to support, which is needed at the moment, as I've been saying. I am also aware that certain people don't like when I complain about the things I play, even if I'm playing them, so I like them. All I can say is that's my coping mechanism. Would you prefer that I just swore constantly or screamed at the game or got mad and didn't say anything? If you said yes to any of those things, you should probably look for someone else, because those aren't the way I operate, usually, like 99% of the time. It's probably not a good idea when things are going downhill for me to encourage you to find someone who's more to your tastes, but the nice thing about YouTube and Twitch is there's somebody for everybody's taste. So don't feel like tied down to one person. But I think that about covers everything I wanted to talk about. We'll be post E3 next time, so at least that'll give me a lot more to talk about as well. On that note, I'm trying to hold off for a State of Decay 2 Steam release date. But there's nothing yet. I might eventually capitulate and just get it on the Windows 10 store, but I really don't want to. I have heard it's okay, and I did like the first one, despite the one major flaw that made it so I couldn't do a series on it at the time, is because every real life day you lose all your supplies. So if you record in small batches, then all the small batch becomes is you recuperating your stock of items, which then disappear by the time you start your next recording session, which was a terrible flaw in the system they were using. But that's a story for another day. We will be back in June with another channel update and a little recap of anything from E3 that stole my attention. I made some predictions for what will be revealed at E3. Lots of Battle Royales, Bloodborne 2, Monster Hunter World big update. Anthem will be a Battle Royale now. I made some more. I can't remember them offhand, but I made a bunch of predictions on Twitter, so we're going to see by the next channel update how many, if any, were correct. But again, thank you for your support. I hope you have a good day. Maybe see you tonight. Oh wait, no, you won't see it tonight for the stream, because you'll be seeing this on Monday. I'm thinking of the day I'm recording it. See me on Tuesday for a stream. If you don't know when I stream, 1, where have you been? I've been streaming at the same time for 2 years. And 2, I now have an extension below my stream on Twitch, which actually has a countdown till my next start time, which I actually think is pretty handy. Anyway, thank you again. Send me your pet pictures on Twitter whenever you like, and I will see you next month. Ta-ta for now.